Personal success. So I think the turning point in my life actually came off of a major failure. It's more of a personal thing. It came right after, like, I was in, I believe it's like 6-7 years ago. Like, my girlfriend just cheated on me, and then, like, long story short, like, it was both parties. I can't sit here and tell you, it was completely her fault. No, it's definitely mine too. We each play a part, and then we grew apart, and then, things happened, and we lost trust, and, she lost faith in me. So she did what she had to do, and I had to do what I had to do, which was, accept reality and hit rock bottom. So for the first couple of months, I was pretty damn sad, because that was like the first time you get cheated on, and hopefully whoever's listening, or you never get cheated on, but it's not a great feeling. It's like a feeling of you're not good enough, that this person had to go find someone else, to make them feel good. But after a couple months went by, the success came from forgiving myself, because at the time I was just beating myself up for no reason. You weren't a good boyfriend, you weren't a good best friend, you weren't a good listener, you weren't there when she needed you. You could have been better, you could have been smarter, you should have done this, you should have done that. But after forgiving myself for what happened, I was able to find a little success, by forgiving myself, that, it's okay that all that happened, it happened for a reason. And now the only way to go is straight up, making progress. So the next success I had was, you know what, I'm gonna, go exercise again, because I stopped exercising and I looked like crap and I felt like crap. And so there's a direct correlation with exercise and how you feel. So I started exercising, like 10 minutes a day. Then I don't feel like it. But those little wins, those little successes, it eventually accumulated to a bigger success. Like, since I feel better now, I'm going to exercise some more. And then eventually I told myself, hey, let's develop a new skill. Let's build some confidence. Let's work on your communication, your public speaking. Let's talk to some new friends. Let's reconnect with some friends. I joined a business club when I was going to college, and it helped me achieve most of my goals of networking, developing public communication, public speaking, some good friends that I met, some career connections that allow me to get new jobs and work on myself. So it was just those little things, back then, of course, I couldn't see it, but in hindsight, right, it's so clear that no one's really gonna care about you like you care about you. So, and people can tell you, oh, this is just, this is temporary, and it's not gonna last, and you can do better. Know where the next person is gonna be great. Yeah, they're saying that, but then you personally going through that, you don't believe it, because at the time, you're just doubting yourself so much. So my favorite success was just telling myself, it's okay, forgive yourself, and let's take it one day at a time. And eventually I stopped feeling sorry for myself and we hopped aboard on the train towards Progressville. And yeah, it just started from there. My confidence started to go up again, met new people, developed new skills. Of course, I still messed up, but the difference is my mindset is shifted, because before, every time I failed at something, I would always beat myself up. It's always my fault, or I'm sorry, it was always the other person's fault. I never took accountability. So, now going forward from that incident, anytime I fail, it's like, it's just a minor setback. Let me learn from this, and then I'm gonna get even better. So it definitely set me up for future successes when I learned to forgive myself, and I learned to make more mistakes, because it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Nice. I mean, very personal right there. It's kind of like the healing process that you kind of just reflected on, it did take time. So like, yeah, from the breakup to, or from the moment you found out she was cheating on you to, I guess, the moment you decided to tell yourself, I'm gonna change my lifestyle and all that. What's the time range, or how long did it take you to
Oh boy.
really?
I think it definitely took like more than 2 months, man. I was just in
Mm,
the gutters for a
yeah.
while. Like food tastes like crap. I don't know
Mm.
why I kept listening to sad songs. I guess they were relatable. I don't know, you know that one song by NSYNC, I Drive Myself Crazy?
Oh yes.
Like for some reason, I play that on repeat, and then like I just messed myself up, and then I transitioned to like the next level of just being mad at everything.
Mhm.
So it was just not a good phase from like being sad to being
Mhm.
mad and like just going
Yeah.
back and forth between that.
Isn't it interesting how like our habits, like listening to those kind of music or eating different kinds of food, really affects our just performance. So it really took a lot of effort for you to kind of just internally tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna get back into working out, eating healthy,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. It's definitely a healing process. So I mean, praise you for it. It's just for making that internal message to yourself. It's like, because from that time, did you try to reach out to other people, like, um, on advice
Mm-hmm.
or?
You know, like I was afraid to reach out to people for some weird reason because, you know, I felt ashamed in the fact that like I wasn't as good as a man or as a partner as I should. So, no, in a way, I wanted to hide my weakness. I wanted to hide the fact that I wasn't good enough. No, I wanted to get better, get better first, and then tell people, I know everything's all cool. You know, I moved on. I wanted to show my strong side to everyone. I wanted to project the image that everything was all good. You know, I'm doing just fine. I'm rock solid. Confidence is sky high. The breakup didn't phase me at all. So I think I definitely stunned and delayed my progress by doing so because the moment I told some of my friends, it was like a relief off of my shoulders. You know, it felt very liberating to tell people my thought process and then what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So in a way, they kept me accountable for all the steps that I was gonna take, and even though they told me everything's gonna be all right, the fact that I told myself that everything's gonna be right was probably more important. But it's always nice to have people there. Even if they don't give you advice, they can just listen, and I think that's just as important.
Yeah, listening is definitely important, and yeah, just being there for support. And yeah, it's something that eventually we all go through. It's not like the best experience ever, but it's also just it's a learning experience, to grow and to build your character. Um, Knowing yourself and your just internal strength to become better than you were yesterday. And yeah, just keep on telling yourself that, yeah, at the end of the day, you're a good person. And there's always going to be somebody out there that, um, is going to deserve you, kind of thing.
All me,
Yeah.
all me.
Yes. Yes. Because, you're a good guy. You're very inspiring. And, um, yeah, based on our talks, it is always just, it's very uplifting. And every conversation is kind of like you leave with just the confidence to believe in yourself and to just continue, doing that and inspiring others to do the same. So,
I want to make a quick comment on you mentioned character and being a good person, because I think like after something traumatic as that, it's so
mhm.
easy to just get really mad And then like I easily could have been like, you know what, like no, she's not gonna break up with me, and go to her house and like break her car and like hurt her or whatever, you know. Because it's so easy to do that, because you know you have the power to do so. But is these types of traumatic events that really show, you know, what you're made of. And I'm very grateful and that I had the character to, you know, hold my head high and just accept all the blame and all the faults, because you know it could have went the other way. And you know, anytime there's stress like that, you get to see your character, you get to see your values, you get to see your principles. And for a lot of people, they don't have that. So what do they resort to? Violence, you know, the name calling. So
it's very unhealthy and just dangerous. Yeah. So I'm glad that you took more of the more effective route rather than using violence or any sort of who knows what that could have made the situation worse. And I mean, that brings us here today. It's like talking about it and reflecting on what happened, because you know there's probably someone out there dealing with this same situation like right now, and they're trying to figure out exactly how to cope with all of this. They might have a different personality and all that, but you know, just understanding how you went through this process is effectively is definitely helping. And if you're listening out there, it's not the end of the world. You just have to kind of tell yourself, like, you know, there's more out there, and just have confidence and just believe in yourself that you'll be better than you were yesterday.
You're a lot stronger than you think you are, even if you don't think of it currently. It's something that it's always been close to heart. But you know, I really want to hear your second success.
I guess, growing up, I grew up in a musical family, but so my dad was a musician, and he would always influence us into like getting into music, learning an instrument, learn how to sing kind of thing. But I would say like throughout